We went to Patna Sahib for 350 years of Sri Guru Gobind Singh. So I was there in the ground, and what happened? There was a group of Americans from UPG, about 100 of people. They were sitting in a tent. We were there because I am with the transport authority. I am as a I issue licenses, registration of vehicles and enforcement. I am a licensing officer. And we were deputed in Bihar and Patna Sahib to accommodate the public coming from different parts of the country and around the world. We were there for the transport management system. Somehow we used to stay in the pandal also, in the tents also, to look after the pilgrims coming from different parts of the world. And I was sitting in the next tent. There was Yogiji's wife sitting. I didn't know. I was sitting like this, she was sitting like this. Somehow I saw these are from the America, from the UPGs. I went there. His wife was sitting. I went to her. I said, Satsika Aunty ji, hello. She said like this. I was standing, she was sitting. I said, you know me? She said, son, I don't know you. I said, you know Sant Hazara Singh? She was like this. She just stood up. She asked me, who are you? I am grandson of Sant Hazara Singh. She helped me. She called the entire people along with her from America. She said, you please come all, leave all the things separate. Come here. So they opened the cameras, the big cameras, like this. She said, meet this guy. He's grandson of Sant Hazara Singh. Sant Hazara Singh Guru of UP Gobind Singh. So they all hugged. And Shanti Kaur is the head of the Akal Security in US. Now she is retired. Akal Security was the private security of UPG. And she was heading the entire security. She said there's one person called Phillips in America who says there's no Sant Hazara Singh, no such a person. I said, you get me in touch with that guy. You told him, you tell him, who am I? Then she went to America. She showed my photos to that guy. Now I'm in touch with Shanti Kaur, my daughter also. So we keep on exchange on the telephone, on the WhatsApp. In 1982, my father represented India as an ambassador of hope. Indira Gandhi, then the Prime Minister, she sent my father to So in 1982, my father here, standing by Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister of India, Rotary International Club, they organized the function in America. My father was the only turbonator from the entire India who was selected. Because my grandmother, my Indira Gandhi, they used to stay in Lahore together. They were friends, school friends. And after that, my father went to US. Before leaving for US, he sent a message to UPG, I'm coming. UPG personally went, as my father told him. When my father stepped out of the plane, there was totally red carpet with the flowers. My father stayed there for I think more than 4 or 5 days. And he gave a lecture also there. In 1990, I think, if I'm not wrong, UPG was invited to the Punjabi University, Patiala. Before coming to the university, he sent a message that there's my house at Sonor. I have to go there. So he came here in limousine with his private car security. with the US security also, in the US dress, police dress, and 6 feet 3 inches tall, ladies and gents, smartly dressed up. That time this house was not constructed, it was an old house. So this, our house was the only house in 60s without no boundary wall. So we used to stay totally unfeared because my grandfather's, you can say, legacy, my father's was a very heart-loving person. So grandfather was sort of warrior also, from Nang Singh family. When my grandfather was in Lahore in 1947, when that partition happened, my grandfather was the first person who took off his chola and burnt it. He said, I don't like this is happening wrong. Muslims are killing Sikhs are killing the Hindus. Then he was in the jail also for 7-8 years in Lahore, my grandfather. So he was after those bad elements, those who were creating problems. After that, Sant Baba Son Singh, 10th head of the Biri Chand Babaji from Chibal, So Singh, Amritsar. He looked after my grandfather. My grandfather was too small because my grandfather's mother and father were passed away. Then he was totally looked after by Sant Baba Son Singh, head of the Lal Baba Biri Chand. So they were given a name, Biri Chand China, Guru Ka Sina. So my grandfather then schooling, the entire martial art, he learned from there. After that, the same was taught to Yogi Harbans Singh. When he met my grandfather, Yogi Harbans Singh, he said, Santaji, I want to go to America to preach for Sikhism, to send a message from Sikhism for peace, and I want to make people Sikh. So I traveled in America. Then my grandfather told him, okay, you come here. So you just go up to the tree like this, stand over there, one leg this side, one leg this side. So it's a test for 3 days, no food, nothing. After 3 days he came down. My father said, okay. Grandfather said, your test is passed, now we come. So my grandfather taught him the entire Gurmukhi, the entire, you can say the like swords, talwarbazi, horse racing, everything. Because this I came to know from my father and my grandmother. I haven't seen my grandfather. I may be saying something sort of different, but what is in my mind, I am totally telling.
So why didn't you see your grandfather?